Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is June 16th and we have really exciting news and so much to cover. I would like to welcome all of our Let's Go family members and all of you who are new as well. We have been waiting for you to come and are really excited to have you all here with us. If anyone hasn't subscribed yet, will you please subscribe to our channel? It doesn't obligate you to anything and it will help us out, and I think that you will really enjoy the community that we have here, all of the really helpful tips, experiences, and information everyone shares. It is a wonderful place to be. So first of all, like I said, today is June 16th, and today is an extra special day because cruising restarted in Australia on Princess today. The Coral Princess started sailing out of Brisbane, Australia today. It is really exciting. They've got a brand new cruise terminal there in Brisbane, and she is the first ship to home port there. So she is going to start off just doing a few 3 and 4 day night cruises to nowhere, and then they'll gradually work up and do some cruises that include some stops in Port Douglas, Cairns, Newcastle, Eden, Airlie Beach, Willis Island, and more. So I think she's off to a great start, and then later this summer in late August she is going to switch over to Sydney and start doing sailings there, and they are noted that there is an extra special cruise that they are doing. It's a 28-night round Australia cruise that features stops. They're going to stop in 14 different ports there in Australia, and it sounds like it's going to just be an amazing cruise. So I know that we have Let's Go family members who will be on these cruises, and we are so excited to hear from you and how everything is going with the restart down there in Australia, especially on our Coral Princess. Gordon and I went to Antarctica on the Coral Princess, and she just has an extra special place in our heart because we had such an amazing voyage. It was once in a lifetime, and we are planning to go back to Antarctica again. We're trying to do a group cruise, and if it ends up nobody else wants to go, we're still going to go, and we'll take you all with us, but it won't be the same. But we are looking forward to another wonderful experience, and this time it will be on the Sapphire Princess. So she is a wonderful ship as well, and I have not heard of the Sapphire Princess being changed off of that sailing, but we surely will keep our ears open. On yesterday we talked about a little bit of a cruise ship shuffle that Princess is doing right now, and I wanted to let you know that I did hear from a Let's Go family member who was booked on the Crown Princess to go to Alaska next year, and it has been switched to being on the Royal Princess, so that's in 2023. And she said that when they rebooked and switched the ships and everything, that they did not like the cabins that Princess gave them, so they called Princess, and no problem at all, they gave them cabins that they liked. So I'm telling you this because if any of you are being switched to different ships and you're not crazy about the cabin that you've got, definitely call and get what you're looking for. So I just wanted to let you know that that's an option, and it sounds like it goes really smoothly. From yesterday's show, that I have heard from several people that would really like to know what's going on the Crown Princess right now, because they've got cruises booked on her within the next month or two, and so we would all like to hear if we've got any Let's Go family members on the Crown Princess. I'd love to hear from you. We have lots more updates. We're going to talk about some COVID protocol updates and cancellation date with Princess again. But before I do that, for all of you who come and just watch a little bit and then go, I would really like us to open up a really big discussion in the comments regarding insurance. Now, I know that travel insurance is really important. Gordon and I never take a cruise without travel insurance, and there are lots of options when it comes to travel insurance. You can book travel insurance through the cruise line that you're going on, through the travel agency that you work with. For example, I am a travel agent with Dream Vacations, and we have really, really good leisure care insurance. It's an excellent option. There is also, you can get it privately. Like, for example, I know that like AAA offers it, Allianz offers it, and you can get it just for a trip, or you can get it for a whole year if you travel a lot and want to just buy one policy that will cover you for everything. Now, along with that goes a lot of different coverages, a lot of different options. And so I would really like to hear from all of you about what different insurances that you've booked and what your experience has been. I am really interested to hearing from people, not only that do it per trip and with different of the different options that there are, but I would also really like to hear from you who book an annual policy, who you book it with, and what your experience has been. I think that would be really helpful for all of everyone here in our Let's Go family, because it will really give us some more to think about, some more options, and help us a little bit as we try to navigate what is really best for our travel needs. And so I look forward to hearing from all of you about that. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about the different options that Holland America has, since we're going to be sailing on them at the end of next week, and just some things that I think might be helpful for everybody to think about. So look forward to that tomorrow. We've just got too much other things to talk about today. Like I mentioned, it's cancellation day again, and we heard from a few of our Let's Go family members, so I know a couple of you already are affected by this, but the Regal Princess's cruises from April 9th of 2023 clear through September 3rd of 2023 are being canceled, and Princess is citing that it is due to the ongoing war in Ukraine. And so it is really their Baltic program. That's what all of these cruises are. They were due to sail out of Copenhagen, and now they are no longer able to do that. I heard from a Let's Go family member, let me see here, that their transatlantic was changed. Let's see, they were booked on the Regal Princess in August for the Northern Baltic and the crossing from New York, crossing to New York, and that has been completely canceled as well. So I am really sorry for all of you who have one of these cruises that have been canceled. I would really like to hear from you what you decide to do instead. You might recall that Gordon and I are booked on the Island Princess to do a Baltic cruise next year, and it goes like June 28th, I believe, of 2023, and I have not heard anything about that. So I will keep you up to date, and we will just see what they decide to do with it. I wanted to let you know that once again, with the cruises that were canceled the other day, I mentioned that you can get your full refund, or you can keep your cruise fare with Princess as a future cruise credit. And then with these sailings as well, they are offering what they did the other day, that if you were affected by this, they are going to give you a 10% discount off of the cruise fare of a future cruise, and they are going to add that option to your Captain Circle number, and you can use that on whatever sailing you want for 2 to 15 days through December 31st of 2023. And so I hope that is really helpful to any of you that have had your cruise canceled, and I hope that you can find another cruise that you would really like to do. Now, of course, I don't know if our sailing on the Island Princess in the Baltic is going to be canceled, but if you were scheduled on one of these cruises on the Regal Princess, you might want to take a look and see if any of those cruises are anything that you would like to do, if you would still like to go there. I would like to add that we have been on a Baltic cruise before back in 2016, and I just really want to get to go there again, and this itinerary includes stops in Poland and Lithuania and Latvia, which were not on our sailing when we went back in 2016, and so I really do want to go see those places. I have my family that comes from Poland, and some is still there, and so it's been on my list a long time to get there, and so we are hoping that that cruise will still go. So take a look at that if you want to. Like I said, Island Princess, I believe it's June 28th, or if you want information, you can comment or send me an email. So the next thing that we have got to talk about here are some COVID health protocol updates, and I think that these are really helpful just to the number of people that they affect. And so I want to go over a couple of things really quickly. These are for sailings from the United Kingdom and sailings from Europe. So they are really careful to point out in both of those updates that every passenger who is 5 and older is going to have to show a COVID test to embark on the cruise. And whether you are vaccinated with a booster, or if you are unvaccinated and have your exemption to sail, you have 3 days for sailings from the United Kingdom and Europe, except for Greece, to do your antigen or your PCR test. And so do remember, though, the rule with the vaccinations is if you are 18 or over, your COVID vaccine has to be like if it's been more than 9 months since you received the last dose of your original COVID vaccine, you've got to have a booster or you've got to have an exemption. So make sure that you don't forget that when you are planning to go on your cruise. Make sure that you meet that requirement. Now, the really big change that has come with the updates is an extension of the time period to get your COVID test if you're going to sail out of Greece. And I know that that is a small number overall of everybody, but it's a really big deal. And there are quite a few of you who I know are sailing out of Athens this year. So instead of just having the 1 day to do your COVID test, whether it was the antigen or the PCR, they have updated. It says the Greek government requires guests to take a PCR test within 3 days of embarkation or an antigen test within 2 days of embarkation. They remind everyone that you can do your COVID test however you would like, but they do offer testing at the port for $60. And so when we were in Athens just it would be 2 weeks, almost a week and a half ago, there at the cruise port. We were not there when most of the people were boarding the ship. We got back pretty close to sail away time, and so when we got there were not long lines to be tested or for anything, but we have heard from people that there have been long lines at embarkation for people wanting to be tested. So if you are going to sail out of Athens and you've got that option, I would get my test somewhere else. Just walking around in the main, like the Plaka area and right around the Acropolis, there were several, and I mean several pharmacies, and they all had their little sign up that they do COVID testing. So that's an option. You could take your tests, the Abbott Laboratories ones you order from eMed or Optin, take those with you and just do the test online or get tested at the port. So there's lots of options, just whatever you would like to do. But I wanted to make sure everybody is up to date with that. Now, we are hearing that this is kind of an interesting thing to me. So Celebrity has announced that all guests who are 18 or older must be fully vaccinated. And it used to be that everyone who is 12 or older, so they are loosening that up a little bit. But all unvaccinated guests who are sailing from Europe have to do their pre-arrival test within 1 day or get tested at the terminal. So that's a nice option now. And then it says mid-cruise or port of call testing is only applicable on itineraries visiting Belgium, Estonia, Finland, France, Greece, Lithuania, Malta, Portugal, or Spain. And so if you are going to be on a cruise and your turnaround day is in another country, you might not have testing, which explains probably why we were tested halfway through our 14-day cruise, because that point was in Athens. So that is probably why we were tested there. Now you're probably going to be tested in the middle of a 14-day cruise or between 2 7-day back-to-backs if you're in Barcelona on Princess as well, or any other cruise line, because they require it as well. Italy is not on the list, and so I would like to hear from anybody who is on turnaround day in Rome and let us know if you end up being tested. I think that would be really interesting. The other update that I want to make sure that everybody knows is Holland America was like Princess in the fact that in their protocols you had to be tested before you went on your land tour if your land tour was before your cruise. Holland America and Princess both updated recently and said if you're going to be on a land tour and it's first, you have to have a COVID test. But if you're going on your cruise first and then getting on the land tour, you don't have to be tested. Well, Holland America has updated their protocols and have said that you are going to have to be tested. If your cruise is first, you're going to be tested before you go off on your land tour. And so they have, I will find the document and link it under this video, but they have this really nice graph that says where you're going, what you're doing, and when you're going to have to be tested. So I think that is very valuable for everybody to have if you're going to be on a cruise tour with Holland America. So I will put that there for you. And then also our Let's Go family member George let us know. He said that they are booked on a cruise tour with Holland America that is starting this Friday, so tomorrow, June 17th. And he said that they were advised on Monday that they would have to wear a mask at all times on land and sea, on buses, trains, and boats. Outside, away from other people and eating, drinking, or in your stateroom are the exceptions. And he didn't mention which ship he would be on, but it sounds like they are tightening things up a little bit. Perhaps he is on one of the sailings that goes like from Vancouver up to Anchorage and then embarks on their cruise tour, but I'll let you know if we have to wear our mask on the Koningsdam when we are on there a week from Saturday, but it sounds like they are tightening things up a little bit. Another update that I've got for you is yesterday I mentioned the 6 things that you need. Sorry, that wasn't 6. This is 6. The 6 things that you need to be able to embark on your Holland America cruise, and I really very much appreciate Hetty because she put in the comments here. She said that of the 6 items that I listed, which do bring them with you just in case. You got to have them just in case they ask for them. But she said that just using Verifly and her passport, she was able to get on the ship. She said they never scanned her boarding pass with the paper, although she did have it ready, and they didn't look at the ArriveCan receipt that she had, but she also had it ready. But she said every port is different, and so just kind of be prepared. She sailed round trip out of Seattle, so I will kind of let you know, just so you know what to have the most handy at embarkation. I'll let you know what they ask for right off. Now, the Verifly app, if you're not familiar with it, is only an app for your phone. They don't have a website. So you literally go there and you select who you're going to be traveling on, and then you upload your information. And Holland America is one of the options. And so I'm doing that so that we've got it handy when it's time to get on the ship. It's just a really handy way to show your proof of vaccination and your passport. So I really appreciate you letting us know that, Hetty. That is really very helpful for everyone. I also wanted to let everybody know that we got word from our Let's Go family member that they are going to be sailing on the Zeeterdam. I hope I'm saying that right. Sailing out of Vancouver on August 31st. And instead of leaving the port at 4 p.m., instead of leaving at 4:30, they're going to be leaving at 4, and it says that it's due to operational reasons. She says everyone has to check in by 3 p.m., and your flight needs to arrive by 1 p.m. so that you have time to get back on there. They will now have to be tested in Juneau, and this goes along with what we're hearing, to start on the land portion of their tour the next day in Skagway. They also have to be tested in Dawson City the night before their flight to Fairbanks. They are going to be tested 3 times in 7 days, but she says they are really excited to be traveling again. And so I love that she says 75 days and counting. But I just am telling you all of this so that you have a window to the world on how things are going there, so that if you end up being tested a little bit more frequently than you had expected, you'll be prepared for it and just to know what's going on a little bit. So that's, I am really appreciative to Kelly for letting us know. And then Sally was so kind. They were just sailing on the Holland America Rotterdam. She said that they very much enjoyed Tamarind and the Pinnacle Grill. So I already have my reservations for us booked for Tamarind, and I'm going to book the Pinnacle Grill. I'm going to do that when I get done here, so we can let you all know what we think about it. She also loved the Dutch Cafe, and I love that she also has an update. She was just on Celebrity, so I don't get very many updates, so thank you very much, Sally. They were on the Celebrity Eclipse 2 weeks ago out of Vancouver. She said check-in went very smoothly, and the sail away was very scenic. They only had to wear masks in the theater and casino. She did say that most of the shops in Alaska requested people to wear a mask, but most of them didn't enforce it. Interestingly enough, that's kind of how things were last year. A lot of shops asked people, they just had the sign, wear your mask. But the thing that was really interesting to me is a lot of the employees weren't wearing masks. And so I don't know how serious they are about it. But I'll let you know when we're up there. And then the last thing that I want to talk about, and this is another really good topic for the discussion. It is just, if you read all the comments, you will have seen this. But our Let's Go family member, Chuck, they were also on the Ruby Princess that I shared about yesterday and hearing from someone else. They were on the Ruby Princess and tested positive a few days after they got home. And I really appreciate him saying, but I don't really know that I got COVID on the ship. I probably got it on the airplane. He said we spent about an hour lined up with hundreds of people in those zigzagging lines waiting to get to security in the San Francisco airport. Also, the flights were 100% packed full, which, you know what, every flight that we go on anymore is 100% packed more, I've noticed. He said it's one of the dangers of traveling nowadays, and I really appreciate that. I think that sometimes, absolutely, people catch COVID on cruise ships, but they also catch it on the airplanes on their way there, or like he said, in the lines at security, when we're out sightseeing. There are so many people out and about anymore, or just the everyday things we do in life. And so I'm not downplaying the chance of catching COVID on a cruise ship, but I'm also not downplaying the chance of catching it at the grocery store and when you're in line to check out. And so I just wanted to see what everybody thinks about that. And I love hearing all of your comments. I truly appreciate all of the updates that you send, all of your comments and helpful things to help each other out. So thank you so very much. Please continue to send us the updates. We would love to hear how everything is going on your cruise, and maybe any cruise that you've been on recently as well, and what your plans are coming up. I will be oh, you know what? If you appreciate these updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? And before I close, I'm going to apologize in advance. I hope our audio is good today. We're having some trouble. We've ordered a new microphone to replace the one that quit working right. And so please bear with us. I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.